Hey guys, it's Joe, and in this video I'll be showing you how to make a cool melodic synth in Sylenth1, and it sounds like this. So nice and simple, but add some good high end for melodic phrases. So we'll jump right into it and open up our Sylenth. Make sure you go into Menu, Preset and Insert, so you have a blank synth to start. So we'll start with oscillator A and we'll go over to oscillator A1. We want this to be a pulse wave with 8 voices. Have the pan central, stereo and full and detuner phase on 0, and turn the volume down to about 6.5. Now we'll go over to A2 and we want a saw wave with 1 voice. And we want pan, stereo, detuner phase as the same, but we want to turn volume down to about 8. And now we turn the note up to +3. Now we'll change the ADSR envelope. We want attack and sustain on 0, decay just under 4, and release on about 0.1. Now we'll go over to filter A, and we want to change the input select to oscillators A and B. And we want to choose a low pass filter, and make sure you've got 24 dB selected here. Now we want to have our cutoff about 0.3, just turn that right down. Resonance on 2.5, and drive just below 1. And now we'll go into part B. You want both of these oscillators with saw waves and 8 voices. So on B1 we want pan central, stereo and full and detune on about 2.3, phase on 0 and volume between 7.5 and 8. Then you want to turn the note to +7. Now B2, we'll have it the same but turn detune up to 5 and then turn the octave to +1. Now you want your ADSR envelope to be the same, and a quick way of doing that is going back into part A, clicking on this little arrow here, hitting copy, going back, hitting this little arrow and pressing paste. So they're now the same. You also want to make sure all these retrig buttons are turned on. As the idea of this is to be a lead melody, I tend to have it on 1 polyphony, just so then it can only play 1 note at a time. Now we'll go over to filter control and we'll turn the cutoff down to 4.5. Resonance and key track to around 1.5 each. And then turn warm drive on. Now I'll head over to modulation envelope 1. We'll change this parameter to cutoff A. And then turn the dial to about 8.8. And on the one below, we'll choose resonance B and turn this up to 10. Now in the ADSR envelope, we'll have the attack and release on 0, have the decay on about 2.7, and have the sustain a little bit higher than that. And now we'll add a few effects. So we'll start with EQ and turn that on. Turn the bass dial to about 6.5 dB. And choose the frequency is just above 50 Hz. We'll boost the treble by about 9.5 and choose the frequency is around 8 kHz. Now I'll add a little reverb, have the pre-delay on 0 and the damp on around 8. Also have the size as 8, width on 100% and the dry wet signal around 25%. Lastly is a bit of compression. You want a 4:1 ratio with a 15 decibel threshold, 50 millisecond attack and 150 millisecond release. And last of all is the mixer. So we're going to turn mix B right down and then just turn the main volume up a little bit to about 6 or so. So now it sounds like this. This is a good synth for adding melodies that use quick and short notes. You may also want to add some delay and play around with the modulation and volumes, and especially play around with the cutoff here. I hope you found this video useful, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment or contact me via my website. Thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.